Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Kara and the Muslim here on Steps of War. Excuse me. Here we have the Muslim spawning as the purple Terran player on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Kara on the bottom left hand side of the map as the blue Protoss player. So this is going to be a Terran versus Protoss matchup here on Steps of War. Now, one of the things that I wanted to say in regards to my little story that I released last Friday, if you guys haven't checked out my Crota's announcement video, go ahead and check it out, it's kind of funny, is I just told that story all in good fun. It really did happen the way I said it did, but there's no real way for me to know for sure whether or not she was talking about me or if she was talking about like the next line of Beanie Babies. So really, all in all, don't give anyone a hard time. It's just all in good fun. I can laugh at myself. Really, no harm, no foul. Now, already in the game, you see that Kara coming in with this probe trying to harass that SCV, trying to make sure that that SCV is unable to finish that supply depot. However, that supply depot will in fact go up, and that probe from Kara going to be forced to try to pull back around, trying to run it around in circles. And now we have the Muslim coming in, dropping down the barracks as well. So, looking to be a standard economic build for the Muslim, instead of rushing to... Instead of getting the nine barracks, as I've seen a lot of Terran players do, especially on this map where rushes are so prominent and proxy gateways are so prominent, he's going for the standard 11 or 12 barracks in order to make sure that he has a he stays up economically. Protoss players generally have a very easy time in the very early portion of the game to get a very strong economic advantage just because of this chrono boost. Chrono boost reduces the build time of 2 probes down to 24 time as opposed to 34 time. So that's a significant advantage, almost a full 50% off of 1 chrono boost right there. Anyways, in comes this probe waiting to put down a cybernetic score, and very curious on how Kara is laying down his buildings. Because Steps of War is so common to have proxy rushes, it looks like he's purposely spreading out his buildings much more than normal. Marine now coming out of that barracks in order to try to harass that probe. Probe has 20 shield still, and that Marine's going to be trying to chase him around. And now, ooh, very nicely done, forcing that probe to pull back away, and now getting plenty of kills. I'm taking a look at the army size. It looks as though Blizzard has in fact fixed the army unit overlay, where there's now, even though these SCVs did in fact attack, it does not count towards the army, as there are 2 Marines. So 2 Marines, and currently 4 the Muslim, while Kara sitting on creating 1 single Stalker. Stalker, a very common opening for Protoss players. As Protoss players, the Stalker is the perfect counter to the Reaper. The Stalker is able to move a little bit more fast than the Reaper, outranges the Reaper, and because the Stalker, it only takes the Stalker 5 shots in order to take down a single Reaper. SCV trying to do some scouting, unable to really get anywhere as Kara now moves in with a single Stalker. There is in fact a single bunker here. That bunker will increase the range of those Marines in that bunker to a range of 6, so that Stalker is going to be forced to pull away. That Stalker does get 4 bonus damage against armored units and armored buildings, which is what a bunker is. However, 24 damage versus 14, that Stalker wouldn't stand a chance. Second Stalker now coming in to join in on the fight, and now we have a second gateway being worked in as well. So a double gateway. So we'll see if Kara tries to go for a 4-gate opening or if he tries to go for the Robo Bay. Now, I'm not 100% sure what strategy. The metagame has not really defined itself as of patch 10. The new the robotics facility now takes additional time to build an Immortal. The Immortal costing, I believe, 55 time compared to 40 time before. Now, the 40 time may seem expensive, but the Nexus was able to chrono boost that 1 single Immortal down to around 30 time, perhaps even 27, 25 time in most instances. So that gave a really strong advantage. Kara now building a pylon on this high ground will be able to warp in units here and here, also keep track of these destructible rocks. The Muslim, however, using these bunkers in order to be able to hold off his natural expansion. Command center already down, and it looks as though the Muslim's going to get a very strong economic advantage, as he's going to be mining off of 16 mineral patches. Stalker's trying to do a little bit more forcing, trying to push on through. But wow, Terran doing a very strong job of just producing mass Marines. And now, going off of a 4 barracks, only a single gas. that tells me that he's going to perhaps try to go for Marauders. He has not added on a Tech Lab yet. That's a bit of a surprise, as normally most Terran players like to add on a Tech Lab in order to get those that tech up and running, the all-important stim packs and those concussive missiles for those Marauders. So right now currently sitting on 12 Marines, sitting on a lot of Marines, now 14 Marines, and in comes these Overshields. Overshields trying to push through this one particular base. SCV's trying to repair, but not really working, and those Guardian Shields just protecting so much damage from those Zealots and those Stalkers. However, so many Marines in those bunkers, 16 Marines still able to deal a significant portion of that damage. Now we are going, in fact, off of 4 barracks with Tech Labs. We are researching the concussive shell, no stim pack just yet, as now more Marauders are being trained up. Economy-wise, we're sitting on 25 Harvesters compared to 20. Now the economic advantage is even more of a disparity, because actually no, the Muslim now finally mining off of 2 gas, so the disparity really comes in from that orbital command. Now in come more of these units. Zealots trying to fight back. We do have in fact some Marauders coming in. Zealots getting taken down because they're not staying within that Guardian Shield. SCVs coming over to start repair, and nice use of force field pushing those SCVs back. However, those these sentries unable to really push back and really continue to push on this, as those bunkers with an additional +1 range are making it very difficult for these sentries and these Zealots to really get on through. The army mainly consists of sentries at this stage in the game, and that's really light. Down goes a couple of sentries trying to continue to focus down those bunkers. However, Marauders now being massed up and fighting back, taking down those sentries very easily. Zealots coming in, but how are those concussive shells making it very difficult for those Zealots to really catch a very nice micro from MYMDeMuslim, and now it looks as though MYMDeMuslim will be able to push back. Taking a look at the army, Kara sitting on a 400 unit army, only 2 sentries, 2 stalkers, and 1 zealot at this stage in the game. Those stalkers and those zealots once again on the move. We'll see how that's really going to work. Kara is continuing to warp in units here. There is one single stalker, and that stalker trying to run back into those bunkers able to dish out that damage. Will those zealots be able to come back in? However, now we have a couple Marauders now coming in, trying to push down this warp gate. However, they are in fact able to see up that high ground currently, and that seems like a little bit of a mistake, as you shouldn't be able to see that high onto that high ground. Well, but still able to continue to push in, and now able to push on through, and Kara is forced to say GG. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this Terran versus Protoss matchup here on Steps of War.